All right, in this section, we're going to be talking about design resources. Now that you know some examples and what to expect, how do you actually go about creating these ads? So the first thing we're going to talk about is design programs. That is the methods which you actually put these ads together. So the first and easiest one is also free, is canva.com. This is a great resource. They have tons of templates, and we even put some of our display ads in here, so it's easy to change out the text if we decide to change the messaging on the offer. Keynote and PowerPoint are also a great resource, both free. Keynote for Mac and PowerPoint for PC as well as Mac. Really great to do. All you have to do is change the custom slide size to that size of the ad you want, and then it's pretty much just drag and drop like you would a normal Keynote presentation, but now you have it the perfect size for your ad. And if you want to know more about this, we have a blog post with video tutorials on the Digital Marketer blog, so you can go through and watch that, how to actually create this ad here. Adobe Creative Cloud, this is not free, it's expensive, but also it's going to be the bread and butter for most designers. It's an option to where if you really want to get serious about your design, this is the way to go. You have After Effects, which is great for animations and video. Then we have Illustrator as well as Photoshop, which are great all around vector and photo-based editors. Now when it comes to photos and illustrations, we said earlier not to grab photos from Google Image Search. So the question comes, where do you get those photos to use in? One of the great resources is pexels.com. This is completely free, 100% commercial use. They have thousands and thousands of images for you to choose from if you want a background image for an ad or for a landing page, whatever it may be. They're a great resource. Similarly is pixabay.com. Also thousands, hundreds of thousands of images. Really easy to search and find the picture you want to use. And then also Canva itself now has photos. So if you are a Canva Pro member, which is a monthly fee, it's pretty cheap. You get lots of resources like being able to upload your style guide to Canva, but now you can also access a lot of their photos if you subscribe to that as well. And also they have illustrations, although not many, they do have some, and they call them elements if you're looking for them when creating an ad. Iconfinder.com, this is both free and premium. We use the premium version here, Digital Marketer, and it's great. There's hundreds of thousands of icons, and they're both vector and in PNG image format, so it's great to work with. You can change the colors and edit everything on the site. And then dreamstime.com as well is what we use for stock photos. So here's some examples of dogs. They have millions of images here, and these are also going to be paid. You can pay per image or pay a subscription fee. And they also have illustrations. In the beginning of our blog, a lot of our blog images were made on images from Dreamstime, just as is. So it's a great resource if you need something like that and don't have the time to create your own images. Similarly, Shutterstock.com, probably the most well-known stock photo site. They have a lot of images on here, but you have to be careful with Shutterstock because a lot of people use it, so you don't want to have the same image that somebody else does. Now for illustrations, the nounproject.com is great, also great for inspiration. You can search for something, in this case business, and find tons of icons related to that. And if you subscribe to their thing, I think it's like $20 a year, you can have unlimited download, all commercial use, and you can edit the colors in the website as well. And that brings us to two things, image licensing. You need to make sure that whatever image you're using is licensed for commercial use. That's something the most important thing, as well as no attribution required. Attribution meaning that you'd have to mention the author's name, like under the photo, wherever you use it, and that'll be really hard to do on a Facebook ad. So make sure you don't have to attribute them, and make sure it's free for commercial use. And similarly for icons, this here on Icon Finder, free for commercial use, and it's not mandatory to attribute for this license type. And then fonts. Fonts are a fun thing as well, but there's tons of choices. The easiest option would be Google Fonts to find a font that you like. They have hundreds of fonts here, and you can sort based on the type of font, and they all come in both desktop and web fonts if you want to use them on your website. And similar to Google Fonts is Adobe Fonts. They also have tons of fonts, and these are both available in web fonts and desktop fonts. You can use them both on your ads and on your computer as well as on your website. And one thing to know about them, though, they are a paid subscription, so it is included with your Adobe Creative Cloud subscription if you decide to go that way. Another free one that comes up a lot in Google searches is going to be FontSquirrel. FontSquirrel does have some great options, but one thing you need to know about FontSquirrel is they are a roundup of fonts. So people can submit fonts that they find online for free, and most of the time they are licensed for commercial use, but every time you download one, you want to double check to make sure that it is licensed for that and you're not using it an only personal use font. So ad inspiration, this is also a resource that you need when you're creating ads. What do you want it to look like? So one great one is Facebook Creative Hub. This is literally just ads that are shown on screen. So you can scroll and just keep seeing ads. Maybe one will stand out to you that you really like, and you can go ahead and recreate that for your company. And then Facebook ad library. This is where we found most examples for this. You can literally search a brand and see all of the ads they're running, which is great for inspiration, especially if you like the way one ad looked. You can always go back and look and see what their other ones look like in that same campaign to see what variations you can come up with for yourself. And then moat.com is similar to that, but this is going to be for Google Ads. This shows both active and previously active ads. So you can go through, this is for Spotify, and see all of their ads. Again, this is awesome for finding variations. If you have one, say you like this ad here, how do you make other variations of that? You can see they use different people and different colors. And so you can really diversify what ads you're running just based on looking at other examples.